Hi, my name is Kayleen and I'm the Pilates mechanic here in the BB Garage.
And my name is Joe and I'm also a mechanic in the BB Garage.
Today we're going to show you how to unbox a Contrology reformer. Now, there are 4 different kinds of Contrology reformers.
That's
right?
correct.
So we've got the J Grimes and then 3 custom lengths. So today we're going to show you one of the custom lengths because it comes with 2 specific features that the J Grimes doesn't have. So this video definitely applies to any Contrology reformer. We'll just mention the couple of differences as we go through them.
Yep,
right?
that'll work.
All right. So first things first, we want to get all this stuff out of this big box.
Yes.
Okay. So I suspect this is a jump board, but I'm
I
going
would
to put it
think
off
so
to the
too.
side.
And I suggest be very careful because you don't want to drop one of these on your foot. It might hurt slightly.
You speaking from experience, Joe?
Possibly.
All right, so as we undo these staples, make sure you avoid dragging your fingers along the edge of the cardboard. You don't want a paper cut, and you don't want to drag your fingers over a staple that's sticking out.
Yes, that would
So
be, that's
we
correct.
need to be careful.
1, 2, 3. You take it like that.
All right.
Yep, it's still caught right here. There we go.
There we go.
You can see all the staples right here. Be careful.
Yeah. Now, as we take things out of this box, you want to be very vigilant.
Yes.
Because sometimes parts might be hidden in packages that you think are empty. Okay?
Such as?
Nothing in this one, but we should probably check.
Yes.
Okay? Okay.
Oh.
Indeed, nothing in this one here.
Yes.
But maybe in your package there is something. Sometimes they put dowels in these boxes. Okay. All right, let's just take this stuff out.
You want to take all the foam out?
Well, actually it looks like we can take the frame out right away before
Yep.
we take out all the other
I'm
stuff.
going to set the frame forward.
All right.
1,
Ready?
2, 3. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. And then what else have we got? We've got a box.
Yeah.
I bet there's a sitting box in there.
I would
Maybe
think
some
so,
other
too.
stuff.
Yep.
And
And that would be the
then
carriage, I'm hoping.
carriage. Sure looks like it.
Yeah. You got it?
I got it.
Okay. And then I can slide this out of the way.
Yep. Now we can move all that stuff out of the way.
So as we're unboxing, one of the big important things to remember is not to cut through the vinyl on your carriage or any other parts such as the sitting box.
Yep.
Be very careful. I've just nicked the tape a little bit so it'll break. And then I'm able to open this up with a little bit of force.
You want me to hold that box while you pull the carriage out?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you, Kayleen. And then you can just grab the metal frame and lift it out. Now, let me lay across the carriage here, or the frame here. Carefully, not to scratch anything. There we go.
All right. Joe, can you pass me that knife? So I'm going to use the same safety tips and care over here when opening because I think the sitting box is in here and we don't want to cut the vinyl.
Yep, that's correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we got lots of goodies in here.
Oh, yeah. Just like Christmas.
Knee pads. Okay. So this is a carriage block.
Looks like there's another one in there, too.
Oh, 2 carriage blocks. We've got a gear stopper. Ooh, spring bar. It's pretty heavy. Strap extenders. Some instructions here. Handles, leather straps, and finally for Contrology springs.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and then I'm going to pull the box.
Yeah, I'll hold
out.
the cardboard
You're
for you.
holding- Well, thank you.
Yeah. Nice tight fit.
There we go. We can
that over
toss
there.
that box out of the way.
There we go.
Great.
Now, would you like me to hook these springs up? Or do you want to take the honors?
No, why don't you do that, Joe? Why don't you hook the springs on? So this is a great time to show when you hook your springs onto the carriage, you want to make sure that the spring hooks are, in this case, facing up this way, so that when the carriage is in the frame, the hooks face down. Joe will show you exactly how to do that.
So, your hook end, slide that underneath, and actually we'll try it this way.
There we go.
Oh!
Wonderful.
Works easy.
Yep.
And that one needs a twist.
Great. Now before we put that in the frame, I'm going to move our foot bar up.
Yep.
So our foot bar has two positions, up or down. I'm going to leave it up for now.
Okay.
Okay. And now we're going to, I guess we should have something to hook the springs
Yep,
onto, right?
that's what I was thinking.
You're like, where are you going?
Putting the spring bar in will definitely make a difference.
All right.
And as you notice, this spring bar is round compared to a normal balance body's oval-shaped ones.
Yes. All right, so the spring bar is going to go in the gear position, and I'm going to go in gear A, which is furthest to the foot bar, with the hooks facing up.
Okay.
There we go.
Now, let me do this. Now, I'm going to find it easier. I grab it like that. And carefully lower it in the frame.
Great.
Spring is set up. We'll hook one on to keep the carriage from moving.
Wonderful. All right. Now let's put our straps on.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
In our strap extender bag, there's also a foot strap. Okay, so there should be some straps in here, or 2 foot straps, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so our foot straps are going to go over here on the foot end.
Okay.
Now I'm going to move the foot bar out of the way so Joe can reach. And Joe, are you going to orient the clips in a certain way?
So you're going to take your strap, you're going to slide the hook, and make sure the thumb piece, the spring load piece, is facing outward. And do the same on the opposite side. And we'll put both of them on.
So this is a great thing to show when the strap is under tension up. You can see that these spring hooks are facing outward.
Okay.
Okay?
So let's go ahead and put the second one on. There we go. And there you go.
There we go. 2 straps, ready to go. Straps, I guess, are next.
Yep. That'll work. Thank you.
Those. So we're going to put the handles onto the straps first so that we can hang them over the hooks on the carriage. There we go.
And one more.
Cool.
Okay.
Joe is going to feed the end of the strap through the caster at the head end, making sure that the rough side of the leather is touching the wheel.
That's correct. And as you'll notice with the quick link, it's a triangular shape. You want to have the nut to the outside edge so it does fit through the caster.
There we
And
go.
to attach it, you'll loosen up the nut and it'll give you a space so you can attach it to the eye bolt under the carriage
Yep,
and then just tighten it back down and it's installed.
great. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. Making sure. Ooh.
Well, yep, just
There
like
we go.
that.
Okay.
And down through the top. And it may be a little tight putting through because the leather is still fresh and rigid.
Okay. We'll loosen this up and attach it to the eye bolt underneath. Great.
There we go.
Okay, so straps are now attached.
Correct.
Great. So we've got a couple other blocks that we need to show. So I think our reformer is basically ready to use,
Yep.
right? But we're going to show a few different how to use the other accessories that come with
Sure.
it. Okay. So we've got these two carriage blocks here, and there are two sizes for these, a short size and a longer size, and they are to limit the extension of the carriage.
So, and these are both the same size.
Correct. So the longer ones go with the 89-inch,
Okay.
and the shorter ones go with the 86-inch.
Which this is the
So,
86.
correct. So Joe's going to show you how to put them on over the edge of the frame up there. And that's just a nice way if you want to limit how far the carriage can go out for certain exercises. You've got those blocks there. We've also got a gear block here. And this is designed to fit between the wheels of the carriage and the gear bar holders.
Yes.
Right? So right now we're in gear A, but if we go to gear B, which to do that, we're going to detach the springs, lift the spring bar, and just slide it to gear B. Now, if we put the springs back on, there's going to be a ton of slack, and so if you return the carriage all the way, the springs are going to run into the spring bar. Okay? So we want to avoid that, and to do that, we can use this gear block. Now, there are two different size slots here, right? So for this first position, I'm going to put it in the long slot, and you can play around with this, and then it lines the springs up wonderfully. If I wanted to move the spring bar to gear C, I would flip the block around so that it holds the carriage out even more.
Farther.
Yep. Okay, pretty straightforward. You can leave that as is. Whoops.
And then you have the
These
extension straps?
extenders,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm going to have you hold one,
Tug of war.
tug of war.
So you grab your leather strap, and you'll take the extension strap, you feed through the loop on the leather strap through the handle, and you want to make sure that the clip is positioned so the little tabs are sticking out so they're out of the way of your feet or hands. And that's how you install the extension strap.
The last thing I want to show you how to install is the jump board, which we didn't
Yeah.
happen to unpack yet.
No.
Joe, why don't you open up the
Sure.
jump board? And the 3 custom lengths of Contrology reformers come with a jump board bracket. But if you're ordering a J. Grimes reformer, it does not come with a jump board bracket. So they're really easy to install here. Look at you with your feet.
There you go.
Nice. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Get it out of this bag
And once
here.
again, I do want to reiterate, please be careful when opening the boxes so you don't damage the vinyl.
Yes. This is so pretty with its red vinyl. We would
Yes.
hate to mess it up with a knife. Okay.
There you go.
Thank
Thank you.
Step number 1, put the foot bar all the way down. Step number 2, slide the jump board into the bracket. That's it.
Easy enough.
Pretty
Wow.
easy, yeah. Yep. All right, so I think we have shown all of the stuff that comes with this reformer.
Except for you got some little pads there. What would you
Got
use
some
those
knee
for?
pads, yeah. You can put them anywhere you need some extra padding or
Okay.
non-slip stuff. These are great to prevent
Okay.
sliding. Okay. So there are a couple other adjustments for this machine. You can adjust the position of the springs underneath the carriage to change how much slack there is when the carriage is closed. You can adjust the eye bolts so that the leather straps are even. But those will be included in other videos.
Yep.
So we can find those, or
Yeah.
you can find those, at pilates.com/bbgarage. Thanks
Yep.
for joining us today.
Yep. Thank you.
We'll see you there.